It's another beautiful day here in the Shire, and something's going into that oven that reaches back nearly 200 years. A dish with roots in native corn puddings, carried forward by Southern cooks, and refined in 19th century Virginia. But somewhere along the way, it slipped off the table. Renee's bringing it back for the holidays. Today, she's making
Southern spoonbread. Basically, it's a cornmeal souffle with a soft corn custard in the middle that you eat with a spoon. I grew up eating it at my grandparents' table, but this is my first time making it myself, and I'm finally bringing it back for Thanksgiving. And today, I'll show you exactly how to make it. First step, we're going to start today by browning some butter for some flavor. We like flavor. And I've got this on a medium heat, and we're gonna brown this so that we get those brown bits of flavor mixed in with this. And you really have to watch this quickly because it turns on a dime. You've got this beautiful smelling nutty thing going on, and then it's like it smells sour and just not good, burn. See, now it's getting covered with all of those bubbles, and they slow down. It's really interesting to watch. And so now they're slowing down just a little bit in the bubbling phase, and now it's starting to brown. And you want some of those, you want a clear spot in here. So we've got really golden brown pieces right now. You can see those brown pieces, but those aren't quite dark enough yet, but we're getting there. And see how this is clearing right here? That's the last step you're looking for. I can swirl it now and see it's okay. So those colors, I'm going to let it go just another 10 or so seconds, and then I'm going to dump this into another container. All right, so those are going dark right now. I like that color, and I'm going to take that right out of the pan right now before it turns. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get another pan here, and we are going to get some milk. So we've got some milk, we've got some cornmeal. This is more finely ground. You can use fine or medium grade. The coarser won't do well with this, so if you can find the thinner cut, if not, just food process it a little bit. We've got some sugar and salt. And we're going to mix those together. And then we're going to pour some milk in this. And whisk as you're going, oops, I need my towel. Whisk as you're going along. And get that all mixed together. And you don't want any dry bits. You want to make sure this is well mixed. So we don't want any, see there's still some stuff on the bottom, so we want that to make sure that gets all wet. Okay, that's looking wet. I don't see any more dry pieces. Okay, so we're going to let that sit for a minute. And the next thing we're going to do, and this is cold milk, that's important, we're going to get the next thing we're going to do is get the milk out of the refrigerator for the next step.
Steamed up, smooth inside, every scoop a southern pride. Not a cake, not quite a cream, but I still dream that golden dream it rolls.
Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put this on a medium heat. I'm going to pour this in here. And we're going to bring this to almost a boil, but not quite.
She's heating milk, which sounds innocent, until you realize most holiday guilt trips start right there. Be right back.
I'd love to know if any of you grew up with this spoon bread. If you decide to serve this for Thanksgiving, which I'm going to this year, would you replace something with it, or would this be an addition to your Thanksgiving meal? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, it's warming up, so we should see some action soon. I just remembered that someone in one of the previous videos told me that when I'm working with a pan like this, I might want to try this kind of whisk. And so I'm going to give this a try today. I'm not sure what this is called. I'm assuming this is what she meant, but it means you can get in the corners, and you actually can get in the corners better. Oh, I love it. Okay. And what we're looking for are bubbles around the edges. Oh, I smell this scalded milk kind of smell that, oh, that brings back childhood memories. You can see it moving. It's very subtle, but I can see the milk underneath just moving ever so slightly. So this is when it gets important to just keep giving that a stir. See, there's some on the bottom there, so we're going to just give this a stir. I don't know if you can see what's happening over here, but there's a fine layer of bubbles around the edge, and the milk is just kind of wobbling around. We're almost there. Okay, so I see it start to I'm seeing this bubbling going on right now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this mixture here. Let's get this stirred up again. So now what we're going to do is we're going to just kind of drizzle this in while whisking at the same time. Then we're going to whisk this for 3 to 5 minutes and until this looks like loose polenta. All right, let's see. Yep, I think that's good. So now we're going to turn the heat off and we're going to add our brown butter. We're going to put that right in there. Oh, that is so brown and delicious looking. Make sure you get all of that flavor out of your bowl because you don't want to miss any of that. Oh my gosh, see how brown that is? Oh, and look what it's doing to the color of this. Oh, that looks so good. Yum. Oh, it smells like heaven. Okay, you just want to get all of that mixed in there. Now we're going to put that back there and let it sit for about 10 minutes. And while that is sitting, we are going to separate some eggs. We need to use 4 egg yolks and 5 egg whites. Get that last egg white in there. All right, so we've got 4 and 5 here. I'm going to take my eggs and whisk them. It's been about 10 minutes. I've stirred it 3 or 4 times. And now what I'm going to do is I've got the egg yolks that we got ready, and we're going to temper these eggs with this so they don't cook. And it also helps loosen up those yolks just a little bit. So we're gonna put a little bit more in there. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna put these in here. Give it a good stir while you're doing it. We don't want those eggs to cook. Just going to stir that. You can whisk this if you want to. I just want to get all that stuff out of the bowl. Okay, so at this point, I am going to put it in this bowl because the next step, I don't think the pan I used is big enough to handle the next step. So we're going to put this in this bowl. And then what we're going to do is I am going to make this today in a cast iron pan. But what we're going to do now is butter this liberally. And I don't like getting my hands all greasy. You want to make sure you've got this buttered really well. Not only does it keep it from sticking, but it also, you know how butter is, it just adds a nice flavor. And we want soft medium peaks on this. If you beat this too much to the stiff peaks, it will break. This is kind of like a souffle, and you want them to add air, but if you overbeat these, it will look like glumpy yucky. So this is a foam. This is a foamy stage. You don't want this. You want to keep going. So that's not what I'm looking for either. That bends over too fast. That's like a soft, very soft peak. I don't want that either. So the beaters are showing their pathway as we're beating. So so that's what you want. For a medium soft peak, you want it to pull up and bend over like that, but not plop back down into the egg. So if you can get to that point, you're good. So we're going to leave that alone. If I went too much farther with that, it would be the stiff peaks, and we definitely don't want that for this recipe. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to give this a stir. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take approximately a quarter of this. We're using this for air, but I want to loosen up this batter just a little bit. So I'm going to take a little bit of this and put it in and give it a stir. And it's okay to really stir this one. So we're stirring, we're not folding. We're just going to get this all mixed in there. And you can see how that batter is loosening up. So it's going to accept these egg whites better so that we can add some air to this. So we don't want it as tight as it was because it won't do as well. Okay, so that's all mixed in. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take half of what's left and we're going to put that in there and we're going to fold those in. And folding egg whites is, you don't want to squish these down. You just want to fold and fold and fold. You're trying to keep those as fluffy as you possibly can so that when this thing gets in the oven, it's going to go poof, poof, poof. Okay, and then we're going to add the last bit of this. Now we're going to just be very careful. Stir and fold. And then when I'm folding, I'm going underneath and lifting up and just putting just gently covering those egg whites. So we want that broken up a little bit. Just gently, whoops, there's a little bit there. You don't want those big lumps. Okay, I'm just about happy with that. All right, I'm going to stop now. That looks great. Oh, and it's still kind of warm. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put this in our pan. Just get all of that yummy goodness out of there. Okay. Bake this at 375 for 10 minutes to give it a good boost, and then we're going to drop the temperature to 350 degrees. So in we go. And I'm going to set the timer for 10 minutes. And we'll be back to change the temperature. Okay. So the buzzer has gone off. I'm going to drop this temperature down to 350 degrees. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to take this out of the oven. We're going to take a look at it. Ow. Whew, hot. Okay, so this is just, I can pull that away from the sides. That's one key point. The other one is that it's got a crack in it here. It's golden brown on the top. And it jiggles in the middle when you move it. And so this looks gorgeous. I'm very excited about that. And we're going to let this rest for about 10 minutes, and then we're going to give it a try. Okay, so we're going to give this a try. And I'm just going to, just going to take out a little bit of this. Oh, look how nicely that's coming out of the pan. Oh, look at it. Oh, it's really hot, 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 hot. But look at that custardy deliciousness. I'm going to put that down right here. Hot. And we're gonna just give this a little try as is. But you know me, I can't. Oh my gosh, this is delicious. It is moist and I don't even know how to describe it. It feels like a souffle and a custard and almost a pudding in one. And the cornmeal, you can feel little, it's giving it texture. I do have to say that if I were to serve this, I would put a pat of butter on the top. And this is maple syrup, so if you want to sweeten this up a little bit, I'm serious, I think you could serve this with gravy and it would be divine at Thanksgiving. So I'm going to just put a little bit of maple syrup on this. And give this another try. Let's mush that butter down and let that melt on there. My word, it's like yum. Oh, look at that. Oh, I bet that's good. It's just like pudding, but it's not. It is, this is so good. So good. I hope you make this, and I hope if you do, when it goes on your Thanksgiving table, that people just rave about it. This recipe is so old, and it's just kind of disappeared, and now here it is, and it's yummy. I'm so happy. Oh, that butter. Oh, it's really good. Thank you.
Ready for seconds? Don't put your spoon down yet. Tap this video and Renee will meet you there.
Like that warm, outrageous golden puff.